but you can give it here. Perhaps getting a chair.
We don't have any loose chairs, is the thing.
Excuse me?
We don't have any free chairs.
So, but you can put it here. Over here. That's fine.
Are we gonna keep the lights low like this?
So please join us on the podium. Everybody. With us, everybody is a VIP. Yeah. Okay, so we are live now. The whole world is watching us. Yeah. Okay.
Hello world.
Hello world. So, let me say a few words about this meeting. Ari, are you coming?
Yes.
Okay. 30 seconds.
The world is waiting.
Yeah, the world is waiting for Ari to get ready.
Everybody here.
Yeah.
The whole room is waiting. Oh my goodness.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Maria. Now they have a wrong view of us, a wrong impression. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you all here.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, a round of applause.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good morning. My name is Miroslav Polzer. I'm somehow the support team of the Education, Communication and Outreach Stakeholders Group, recognized by the UNFCCC Secretariat, ECOS. And we are here at the COP23, the Conference of Parties, the big annual United Nations Climate Change Conference. And this group, which is meeting every morning, 9 till 10 a.m., is aiming to connect the education, communication, and outreach stakeholders who are dealing with climate change topics with the process, but also among themselves, and to see how this topic of education, communication, and outreach can be promoted in the negotiations, but especially also on the ground with climate change action. And we have here a wonderful group of people, and please introduce yourself. Ari.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Miro. Thank you to my esteemed panelists for joining me today. And thank you to all of you here who came anywhere. You could be anywhere at the Climate Summit, but you're here with us. So really appreciate that. My name is Ari Eisenstadt, and I am very passionate about education, especially through the lens of youth empowerment, and really looking at how social entrepreneurship can really help achieve the sustainable development goals. I think coming from the United States, I'm from California in Silicon Valley, and I think that there has been, for the most part, a very large gap in our educational system, that we learn trigonometry, but we don't learn personal finance. And that's something that I think we really have an opportunity to do, that from early stages, we can talk to these young students about how they can be responsible, not only investors, but stewards and small and social business owners. So I'm happy to talk more about that and how we can really inculcate a spirit of sustainable education throughout all of our child and adult learning. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, to come today. And Miro and Ari, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited and very passionate about to take care of our Earth and our community. And I think technology is a way to help. I'm the founder and CEO of Moeda. It's an impact investment banking platform that we now hope to contribute a lot and bring the blockchain technology to really scale the impact that we are making in the world. And I'm from Brazil. So Brazil has a big challenge right now, as like among many other countries. But we will start investing in Brazil, microcredit and microfinance, and invest in sustainable projects. That's what I would love to share more about today,
Yeah.
and how we can, in collaboration and in cooperation, we can achieve even not like alone I can go faster, but together we can go far away.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Julia Theilen. I am from Germany and I am mainly supporting the Give Youth a Chance campaign, which is an initiative to mobilize on a large scale resources for youth climate action in a globally coordinated way. And I am supporting the campaign in terms of communication mainly, which is very important in order to deliver the message. So yes, I am very happy to be here today.
Okay. Hello, my name is Anna Polzer. I'm from Austria. I'm actually a student of business administration. And I'm very interested in the topic of communication and education, because I see there's a whole gap of people that maybe know about climate change, but they are not aware of the prospects in the future, what it will mean for them. And I've seen the work of the UN, the United Nations on this, and it usually seems so complicated and that nobody can engage in it. The language is already a barrier because it uses so specific terms that not all people can understand, even if they are fluent in English. So I would hope to see some work on this. Okay, but that's it.
Wonderful.
Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm from China. And what actually inspires me here is the discussion on climate change and how we're going to do it through an innovative way, and not rather than just we've been talking about education and communication. I think since I remember, it's been forever there, but there's haven't been enough change. We can see we can actually bring some concrete modification. So I think what we should do is to not just only focus on education and communication. It's crucial, that's for sure, but also to see if we have more innovative ways in doing so, by thinking out of the box, by exploring what we thought is right, and by exploring our limits.
Very good. Yeah, so it's a very nice group of people that we have here. And but this, good morning, Simone also joined us. And Dana is our COP23 coordinator, is also going to join us. She has written that the train was late and there was a lot of logistical problems to get here, but now we are here. And just look at Simone. We are streaming to the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's also one of the main dimensions of ECOS also, because for your information, the background. So United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change has been adopted 1992 at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. And there they have said, okay, We cannot do it alone. The governments cannot do it alone. They need all relevant stakeholders, and they are already for the Rio Earth Charter. There was the Agenda 21. It was said that there are stakeholder groups, farmers, women, trade unions, indigenous people, women, and so who need to be brought into the discussions. And the governments have their intergovernmental negotiation space, and for this other constituencies, there have been designed some instruments for participation. And therefore, in the UNFCCC process, there are the constituencies. There are 9 constituencies. They have morning meetings every morning where they can discuss what has happened in the negotiations and try to intervene also. And the founder of ECOS now, the Education, Communication and Outreach Stakeholders Group, was Mark McCaffrey. He is the focal point, and he has approached the Secretariat again and again to tell them that it's not enough to have these interest groups, these constituencies. We need also have something where all the people who are interested in education, communication, and outreach for climate change could network and feed into the process, so that really this kind of activity will be advanced, because it's a key prerequisite for effective climate action. And so the UNFCCC Secretariat last year in November, a few days before the COP23 in Marrakesh, said, okay, you can form a stakeholders group, but you are not a constituency as the others, because the constituencies have also the right to speak in the plenary, and they get some goodies like tickets for openings and so. But this ECOS group is now recognized by the Secretariat, and we have the opportunity to have morning meetings. We get a room every morning to meet, and we can also, as a group, better communicate to the Secretariat and to the negotiations how to improve the education, communication, and outreach activities here. And today we are very happy that we have also experts from the field of blockchain technology, because a very important area where action is needed is also to get an overview of what is happening in this world. Because yesterday we've had with my organization IAI youth empowerment focus, and there we said young people are so isolated, they are disconnected from other people and disconnected from resources and from knowledge. And the same holds also true for the education, communication, and outreach stakeholders. They are doing their activities, but they cannot, very often are not connected with others working in this field. They don't know what's being done in other parts of the world. And here ECOS shall help, and by using modern information and communication technology, the key platform to document what is being done in this area of non-state actors, climate action, is the NASCA platform, this global climate action platform. And this is where different stakeholders can register their activities. You see here cities, regions, companies, investors, civil society organizations, but there is not yet an entry point for stakeholders from the education, communication, and outreach area. But we want to open up such a communication channel where these kind of activities can be registered, and that with the help of blockchain technology and platforms like Moeda, to also mobilize resources. So because it's in the interest of global community to empower local action, and therefore we need to channel resources, be it knowledge, be it technology or funding, to these different education, communication, and outreach stakeholders. And therefore, we are very happy to have also Moeda here. And with this, I give the floor to our COP23 coordinator, who finally made it.
I apologize because the trains are like crazy right now. Everyone is like, what the hell is happening with the trains? Especially with the train from Bornheim, it was very, very, very full. So I think.
Like to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi. Good morning. Well, my name is Dana Espinosa. I'm from Mexico City. I'm the coordinator for this year for the ECOS community. And well, I think you introduced what is ECOS or what are
A little bit, but your views, your different words will bring a better view altogether.
Okay, perfect. Something important for this year for ECOS community is to try to push our work into the negotiations. Because as Miroslav said, most of the time the negotiators are not connected with education or even with communication or capacity building, or they have a kind of misconception of these processes. As well as non-party stakeholders, we have to start to work together on that. In fact, it's good to see that the PCCB is now working and everyone, well, the room was very full yesterday.
Perhaps you explain the acronyms.
Yeah, to talk about it.
Well, what is PCCB? People don't know.
The program for capacity building into the convention. So they are taking in count just 3 topics. That is obviously the work on the PCCB, gender and human rights, and another topic, I don't remember what is the other topic, but they divided on 3. But yesterday we were talking with the co-chair of the PCCB, and we started to talk with him like, well, the youth, the intergenerational equity, and about the communication, education into the convention, or an ACE program, by the way. I don't know if you are, do you know something about the Action for Climate Empowerment program? Any one of you have some idea about it? Yeah.
Please tell us.
I will show the
okay.
homepage and you talk.
You can yeah, because as you, I don't know if you know, well, the Article 6 of the convention, as well as the Article 12 of the Paris Agreement, everything in these articles is about communication, everything that we are going to work in this conference. That you can read or make the opportunity to be more engaged with these 2 articles, because our work will be based on that first. And second, in ECOS community, we are looking for regional work too, because you know, most of the time the people is working in some groups, especially the youth. We have different working groups in different topics. But we will try this year to put in the agenda this group as an experts on education, communication, etc. So it's good to see new faces, by the way, this year. So I don't know, I would like to meet you more. So I know you. I know you. Okay. No, yeah, sorry. Germany?
Dynamics from Brazil.
Brazil. Brazil. And
Ari from California.
you need to say so. Okay, my name is California.
Yeah.
Sorry. Awesome. It's California. Okay. So yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see Latin American people here too, and United States people too, because it's awesome. Yeah. So
Otto, if you take one of these chairs and.
Yeah, maybe you can.
I'm good.
Could you introduce yourself?
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Otto. I come from Finland. Great pleasure to be here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are discussing. That'll be good. Glad to join in for fun.
Okay. So we will try to push into our agenda as community the regional work We will try to do it through the youth, by the way. It would be great. As well as, I don't know, but maybe we can create a great strategy to be monitoring what is happening with capacity building and education and communication into the delegations or even into the process. Unfortunately, this year, I think the bone zone is very far from the Bula zone, so we cannot go to the Bula zone like running or maybe to be there in 5 minutes. It's like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. My bike is just 9 minutes. Well, if you put your bike in a like you are driving your bike like crazy. But yeah, so the most important thing is that we we have to be following up the process about negotiation, because many of and it's good to know. Latin American people, by the way, they will be trying to push this into their agendas. In fact, my country put the importance of these kind of activities in their position paper. So I can share it with you because it's an adaptation. Well, there are just 4 pages, but in one of them related on adaptation, they put it. So, and even the relation with the agenda, the 2030 agenda. So that's great with this. And as I know, the Costa Rican government, as well as the ILAC, they will be just trying to work on that. And I don't know the case of United States because we don't have clear what is going to happen with your government. In fact, they don't have a kind of delegation. They are just like really they are like a kind of a special people for these meetings. So for these meetings, so I don't know what.
There's not even a delegation for the United States. Wow.
Yeah, it's very weird. So we are like, what is going to happen? So I don't know. I will let you know later. I will let you know later. And I could see that many of us, you are young people, so that's great. I don't know if you would like to mention the Education Day and the Young and Future Generations Day.
Yeah. Here you can find the homepage of the Secretariat. I will share it also on the this thing so that our viewers can also have it. Here is this homepage of the Secretariat, and here you can find more information from the process side and from the support here at the Secretariat regarding our work. So it's the basis for all these topics in the Framework Convention on Climate Change from the year 1992 is this Article 6. And this article speaks about education, training, youth, and public participation in these topics, and accordingly also the work of this department of the Action for Climate Empowerment department here in the Secretariat is organized. And here you can then find the activities. Especially important is this youth topic, and there is this COP23 Youth Day on Thursday, the 9th of November, where there is a series of activities and events, side events and everything. You can find it here, Youth at UNFCCC conferences and a conference of youth. Many of you have been at the COI. So, and there is then education and training, and there is next week on the 16th, there is an education day focused on these topics, and we as ECOS should think how we could provide some input. One option, bless you. Thank you. I has a side event on that 16th together with the King Mohammed VI Foundation from Morocco, and also with the Earth Day Action Network and Action Vitale pour le Développement Durable from Cameroon, Jean-Paul Brisafana, our colleague there. So there will be an opportunity to present ECOS activities and our initiatives, and we will probably also organize a press conference on the 16th for ECOS. And regarding our activities over the coming days, so it's also we would like to increase the network here because many people are not aware that we exist. And we have the Facebook group, and if you are not yet a member of this Facebook group, please join us. Here you can see Anna, Simone, and some others, and Ari also. They are already in this group. Here you can receive updates. And then we have also the plan to inform the world about our existence with a press release. No, it's not the right one. Advisories. We will now have today and tomorrow. We will plan our strategy for the for COP23, and then we will make a press release and a media advisory that we will upload here. Let's check whether our advisory from Sunday is published. I cannot see it. Can you see our advisory? Oh, no, it has not been published. Okay, that's a little bit strange, but no matter. We will have a release, which we then also hope that it will be published in the newsroom of the UNFCCC. Somehow saying prioritize education or something like that, that we really, we are the ones who are this call for more focus on education, communication, and outreach, and that we also say we are the ones who are organizing and networking expertise, because we will have these activities related to this NASCA platform. We want to develop the portal, and these are somehow ideas what we could do during COP23. Does anybody have other ideas?
How you structured the how to get there, how to get more awareness on education, communication, what like policy makers, like how you approach people on the COP23 to say, no, that's the program, you should make it a national program for educating children on climate change and like matters of water, and like what is the how, like what is the
Okay,
how people get there?
so Dana is more the expert on the influencing the UNFCCC. I'm more on the technological and information management side.
Could you repeat the question?
So after people say yes, let's bring education, let's do it. So what are the steps that like countries would follow, changing policies, making a national program? What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In fact, yesterday during the meeting with the PCCB committee, because it's a committee about capacity building into the convention, many people asked exactly the same. So first of all, something important to mention is the fact that many people are not engaged with their delegations, no matter if they are here. So first of all, you have to know your structure into your country to understand how education and all this process can be engaged with the negotiations or even at national level. Because I don't know, I don't remember if Brazil has the national
Specifically
plan.
related
I don't
to
remember if
potentials
they
for
have
this.
it.
We don't teach children like
Okay.
about
No, but it would be great just to let them know about this kind of law or maybe legislation into your country. Second, I don't know if you have some knowledge about the NDC of your country.
NDC.
No, yeah, I could see that.
Sorry, what
many
does that
of
stand
them,
for?
They are disconnected with the
Exactly,
with
with
the
exactly, yeah.
process. So I recommend you like.
So sorry, what is MDC?
And see, is the undetermined
Nationally determined contribution to
Got it.
for the
Thank you.
country,
global climate action.
adaptation and mitigation, and they were part of the Paris Agreement. So many people just they sent to the convention it's the way to implement at national level the Paris Agreement according to the necessities of the country. So we have to check what is happening with the NDCs, and maybe I think we can create. I think we can create a kind of little workshop here to make you understand what is happening with this, and to check what NDCs are, what NAM snaps are, and what is happening with this. The Article 6, the Article 12, something. Are you agree with that? Because maybe
Yeah,
we can
sure.
we can start tomorrow. I think so.
Yes, that
To
would be
more
good.
engaged
Yeah.
with this topic because it's necessary to understand that because many of you are teachers. I suppose that you are engaged with educational process. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's why I was asking. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm the negotiator. I know the process, international process, but who are you? So in which field you are working?
Private sector.
Exactly. Exactly. And private sector is a non-party stakeholder, and it's necessary to engage the private sector in this.
Yeah.
So it will be great to do it. So I don't know if you are agreed to have a workshop tomorrow about these gaps because many of us we are engaged with that, but you are not. So
That would
it's
be very
normal,
good.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just to explain to you, tomorrow we can check the agenda and what will be our incidents in this conference, and you will have more clear what is going to happen with this. So I don't know if you are, and the PCCB. What is the PCCB? It will be great. So maybe I can talk with the Mary Robinson Foundation because I have the card of the girl, and they have very good tools to understand all the process about human rights and capacity building issues because I was talking to them yesterday. So yeah, a workshop would be great.
Yeah, but I would say that tomorrow we really start, let's say 5 minutes later, but not, but altogether, let's try to be here really at 9 and to devote to this, let's say 20-25 minutes, and the rest then also for planning and discussing the press release and this kind of things. Yeah, but it makes very much sense, and we will also arrange the chairs and everything such that with the recording, because we are web streaming this also on the eCongo YouTube channel, and it's such that this will be then archived, and it's also this is organized as a Google Hangout, so other people who are not here could even come in and contribute statements. So if you for the workshop would like to bring somebody in also through Google Hangout, this can also be done. And we also see that this noise will not be tomorrow again from the air conditioning.
Yeah, exactly. And so what do you think about it? It would be great for you to be here just to be, yes, because even we are working on capacity building, so it's good to provide you capacity building on this topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
important.
Education, yeah, let's do it. So how?
Because everything.
Where's the knowledge?
Everything changed after the Paris Agreement. Everything, the process, some documents, even the negotiation. Obviously, even in Marrakesh was very slow conversation in Marrakesh about the negotiations because everyone was like, well, yay, but what's next?
Yeah.
What will be the methodology to implement the what you think.
Yeah, I fully agree. And for today, let's hear a little bit more about Moeda and this potential of microfinance support for education, communication, and outreach activities.
So I created a platform.
If you could speak up very loud so that the microphone would catch you. Or perhaps you can hold it a little closer.
Yeah. Oh, everyone in the world.
Here, give me Peter.
So basically, we created a platform to facilitate peer-to-peer microfinance and also exchange of knowledge. So our currency is a virtual currency, but with a smart contract based on Ethereum, which means that we can do a transaction, a financial transaction, and put information on that transaction. That is very powerful because we can put so facial recognition, voice recognition, so that becomes very powerful, especially in Brazil and in development countries where there's a lot of fraud into the registration process. And the other thing is that we can measure how we are spending our money in the microfinance and put data on it to qualify and monitor in a long term the impact. So that for climate change and to help the earth to be sustainable, to really help to achieve a sustainable growth, we can incentivize the right things. As like we can provide a micro loan, but just for the companies that are doing right with the environment. We can do this just if the company starts to take care of like waste treatment and those things. So that's where I see like that is important. Also, you educate me on the policies and what is going on, and I can like share what is going on the technology side, because together like is the private sector can help a lot the government to achieve a smart to bring like a smart way to think through those policies and how to implement that and to make smart decisions. That's all. I really see the need of management for resources in the world, being capital, being natural resources, water, energy, and everything. We can make better decisions as we bring technology, we bring data, and we take in the accountability, the community, we take in the accountability, the earth, like, and how we are going to survive in the future and how we are treating our natural resources. And I see that is definitely a need, and the biggest challenge is into that cooperation, is to put the private sector with the public sector with the people. That is the biggest challenge here. We know all the problems. We already figured out like pollution's there and no water and this and this. We already mapped all the problems in the world. That is like enough data for that. But that is all. I do believe that all the solutions are that too in the technology. Someone somewhere in China, in Korea, already invented a solar panel, this or that, water treatment, and that is a lot of knowledge there too. But how the people can access the knowledge, how the people can access the technology, like the governments, they take so long, like in order to know, oh, someone is hungry and thirsty, let's do something, a national politics, change policies or whatever, take action. It's years. It's years for the people to understand how they can engage here in the COP23, because that is like the names and the things, like there's so much bureaucracy into understand and how to participate on the thing. That's like so many now that people are not aware, and how they can go and how they can, okay, that's my voice here, I have this project, how can I engage, and how will be the follow-up with that. And I do see technology bringing the tools to scale and shortcut that time between knowing a problem, implementing a project, that project getting financed and getting to the people, getting the water for the people that are thirsty, and get the food for the right people, and really taking everything in a long term, because most of the countries, they are not used to thinking a long term. Like Brazil, we have the elections for 4 years, and for the small cities, like 2 years. When you change the policymakers and you change the minister, like everybody is a mess, because everybody changed, and then that project looks like the last party, like let's not do this, and then nobody's thinking like in 50 years, in 100 years, how that decision that I made today will be affecting all the natural resources. And I think technology brings away, no, if we like correlate all this data, and the machines will see like, oh, don't go that way, go this way. That's the way to engage. Like, so is very powerful for us to come here, and the passes, and the things, like how to engage the youth here, but we do really need a step back, and to prepare them to come here with a pass, and to have a voice, and to know exactly where they can change and how they can change beforehand, before even come here, so they can come here more prepared to do so. Because then we'll take other year to get something included on the policies and get someone to approve, and we don't have that. The earth doesn't have time anymore. Many of the things we know they're irreversible, and the things that are still that we can reverse, we can take like 2 or 3 years. We can not wait anymore, and I think that is the biggest challenge. Yes, is cooperating and getting access to whatever data is. It's complicated things.
With this, we understand very well, because we are part of stakeholders too. I mean, we are civil society in Mexico. I have my own civil society organization, so we know, because what is happening in the reality, because we are on the field. We are working on the field every day. So many times you can hear that, yes, we are developing this project from the governmental perspective, and you said, hey, wait, you are doing just in some part, but even your project maybe will be impacting in a negative way our community, etc. So everyone is not connected to each other, and I understand that the private sector, well, in Latin America is it's an issue, you know it very well.
Yes.
But how to engage with them, because, well, first of all, they have the money, and many of them, fortunately, as I know, they are open to collaborate with us. But, well, we have to check their rules, their way to do the things. But everyone has to be engaged, but they don't know how to do it, because even, as you said, they don't know the policy papers, they don't know the position, they don't know all this information, and how you can download this information to the countries, or in their companies, or even at the social level. So yeah, it's a real challenge, and yes, of course, technology is a very good option, and it's the option to start to work on this. So yeah, fantastic.
And it's our voice right now.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the social media is like, that's how we have like the opportunity, and I would love to teach everybody on my country like how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And because the bad people that are polluting, and like that part of the private sector, they are prepared. They have people here like
And even
influencing
to be prepared,
the
or
policies.
even to be prepared for those kind of maybe to be prepared for these political changes, because I understand it very well. I don't know if in your countries, but in our countries, it's like if the Minister of Agriculture is the new one because the new administration is coming, everything changed. their team, their way of see things, their way to work, and maybe a great project. Most of the time, a great projects they cannot continuing because they have to stop because the other guy who is there. No, I don't think so. This is not working. So goodbye. I didn't want it. It's like what? So
And the
we
long-term
have to
vision.
check how to do it from the non-Paris stakeholders. So, and it's a national level because right now, even the implementation of Paris Agreement is at national level. You have to come here with your position paper, with your own agenda, and obviously to try to discuss with everyone at the international level what is going to happen. But all the work is at local and national level for the implementation. So we have to develop capacities in everyone. So maybe we can continue. Well, we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
And for those who are interested, at 11 o'clock, there is a networking meeting about blockchain technology in meeting room 3, I think.
I think also moving ahead, if we have this room every day, right? Every day.
There's different rooms, but always at the same time. On the ECOS Facebook page, I've posted where we are. Tomorrow we are for sure here.
Great. So I think it would be wonderful to do a workshop. It'd be really great to bring in, there's so many youth delegates here, and we have such a great asset, having this room. So it'd be really great to brainstorm and work out, how we could really maximize this opportunity to increase this education and outreach. So we'd love to talk with you all more about how we can plan that.
Perfect.
in fact, many young people will be here, but no, because the Jungo meetings, the constituency of the youth, they have their meeting at the same time as us because the distance and everything that is happening right now they want. So they decided to get the spokesman seat at this hour at the same time. But many of us we are connected with them, so don't worry about it. We can talk with them and see what happens.
Great.
Okay. Wonderful. It was great having you here. Yeah. See you tomorrow, same time, same station.
Everyone is in the Google, the Facebook.
I just
We will be posting information.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we will also share the link to the video of this meeting today. Yeah, but Otto, you didn't speak. You should add some thoughts.
Yeah, well, it sounded good first. Hi everybody, I'm Otto from Finland, and yeah, I actually got involved with the ECOS. We're still on.
Want to come sit over there, or on the podium?
The video is now not working. It's only the audio, but somehow a problem with the camera. But
it's okay. Yeah, well, yes, I've been involved with the ECOS since Marrakesh last year, so it was a great pleasure meeting Miroslav and Mark in Morocco, and yes. What I like about ECOS is, even though we are kind of a big thing, I mean, we're up here kind of. The thing is, what we can actually do, I mean, I see our role in bringing, well, all the information within the negotiations and all the other stuff kind of happening in the big picture to a local level and local communities. And I'm really happy to see we have teachers, we have private sector involved here. So that is a great progress for us as well. And I believe should we get more stakeholders involved in future insurance, it's going to be, we're going to do a great progression in the future as well. And I believe we have, well, we're still at the early stages, but we're making a lot of progress, so that's very good. I'm really happy to be here as well.
okay, perfect. We will meet tomorrow and get to the next level over the coming days. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.